it's another day here at an undisclosed location. This is a mobile episode of the Bek Lover podcast. I apologize for the last couple of days. I've been in a remote area, far away from New York City, far away from the drones, far away from whatever games are being played by the world's elite. I'm reporting from a beautiful tropical destination, and I'm going to be here for a little while until we can figure out what the hell is going on. In any event, I want to thank you for your support. We just broke the top 51 podcast in the world for talking about current events. I don't know how it's possible, but it is. And that's thanks to people like you for supporting my work and sharing my message with the world. I'm going to make this a quick episode because there's a beautiful beach with my name on it. I need to get out there and swim. Who knows if this will be the last vacation I ever take in my life. It's funny. I know I'm joking around, but I'm not joking around. We really are in interesting times indeed. The last couple of days, I tried to use my mobile setup to, kind of give you the same quality I always do with the green screen and popping up the articles. So I hope you'll apologize. I hope you'll accept my apology and at least, give me some credit for still, keeping the show on, even when I'm really supposed to be decompressing, kind of relaxing the mind as we get ready to wind down this year. Here's some of the news I think that's important for you to know today. A judge allows the British police to seize more than $2.5 million from the Tate brothers. A British court ruled that the authorities can seize more than $2.5 million from the embattled internet influencers Andrew Tate and brothers Tristan after they did not pay taxes on $26.7 million in online revenue. The funds, currently frozen in 7 bank accounts, were sought by Devon and Cornwall police. The court said the brothers had paid about $12 million into an account of a third person known as Jay. The brothers said that it was made for legitimate business purposes. I saw a video of Andrew last week. He was talking about how he has 1,000 Bitcoins. The last time I checked the price, they were around 106,000. You do the math on that. My man's worth 100 million just in crypto, if that's really real, his comment. I don't think he's going to care about this $2 million. But though $2 million is $2 million. I mean, having to give up $2 million in taxes and penalties to anybody, even if you're worth millions of dollars, it's still got to piss you off. It's kind of like when poor people get a parking ticket, $50. It can be painful if you don't got that kind of money coming in. In any event, I don't think it's going to hurt them that much. Someone that I can't stand, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I used to love this guy. And after he decided to tell us basically, F your freedom, a guy born in Austria who became a multi-millionaire and famous in the United States of America with the same freedoms he was trying to support being taken away from Americans during the 2019 events that unfolded where they shut down the world. Arnold Schwarzenegger, I will never have the same respect or love for him ever after he wanted to tell me to go screw myself. This is why I say celebrities should stay out of shit. Okay? Either A, you're an idiot, you don't know what's going on, or B, you're supporting people that are just disgusting human beings. It's not going to age well. You're not on the right side of humanity. Okay? You really are the Terminator of freedom. In any event, everyone's, he's in New York, he's filming the film, and he looks so old. Well, his ride on the carousel of life is coming to its natural end. Him, Sly Stallone, at least Sly Stallone seems to be on the right side of humanity. I'm surprised he came out publicly and endorsed Trump when he did a couple of weeks ago. If you didn't do it during the fight, why do it after the battle's already won? Makes no sense to me. But Arnold Schwarzenegger looks dramatically different in New York sighting, leaving fans concerned. The fans should have been concerned in 2019 when he was trying to take away all of our basic human rights. The right to freedom of speech, the right to travel freely throughout the United States of America, the right to earn a living while they allowed massive corporations to stay open. People still haven't figured it out. You still haven't figured it out? We're about to end 2024. You're still walking around with a mask on your face? You still think that what happened was normal and it wasn't actually planned? All the facts, everything's out there? Really? If you're watching my episode by accident and you're one of these libtards, God help you, man. I don't even care about the Republican Party, bro. Like, there's levels to this shit, man. You know, I'm not counting on some guy to come and save me, man. I know the only people that can save the world is me and you, my friends, staying vigilant, being awake, and making an oath to ourselves, our families, and to God that no matter what happens, we will not let our freedom of us, our freedom, or our neighbor's freedom, or any human being's freedom to be trampled on. This is how we change the world. Want for others what you want for yourself. Simple. May God, all I ask, God, destroy the planet if you want. I think we deserve it. You know best than anybody. But God, do me a favor, please. Before you do destroy this earth, let people see the truth. I'm begging you, oh Lord of the worlds. Oh, let the American people see the truth, how they've been played. Oh God, expose it all. Most of us that know how to look, figured it out on our own. But please, God, for the people that are like dumb, please make it as clear as the sun that I'm looking at right now for them to understand how deep this is and how sick it is. Anyway, Arnold Schwarzenegger left some fans worried about his health after being spotted in New York on Tuesday looking not like his usual self. However, the star had a holly jolly reason for the change in his appearance. Consternation began to brew after photos and videos circulated online showing the action star, who's 77 years old, wearing a holiday sweater and sporting a bushy gray beard and a gray hair that was longer than his usual. Think about it. He's 77 years old. It's not a tumor. I have a headache. Oh, I have a headache. Maybe it's a tumor. It's not a tumor. Kindergarten cop, Schwarzenegger. He had to go and taunt his legacy, taint his legacy with this nonsense. In any event, do I wish harm upon him? No. Am I happy with him? Absolutely not. But his end on the carousel's coming, man. 77 years old. You've had the life that you have. Everything comes to an end. You are immortal, my friend. Let's see if you're famous in the next life. Let's see if you get the same treatment from the one that created the heavens and the earth. I don't think so. I don't think you're going to be on that red carpet, Arnold. I'm not judging you. Now, another person who makes me want to vomit in my mouth is Prince Andrew. May God give this guy what he deserves, and his family and his ancestors that did so much disgusting things to the earth and colonization. Prince Andrew's opaque finances provoke calls for register of royal interest. Claims a refused FOI request into Duke of York's business dealings come as a controversy over alleged Chinese spy continues. These people are all sellouts. Getting information from government departments about the Duke of York's past business dealings is like playing a whack-a-mole. It was claimed as a fallout over the alleged Chinese spy controversy continued, with China saying it was an attempt to spear it, calling for a register of royal interest similar to that for MPs and a full inquiry by the Public Accounts Committee into royal finances. Researchers try to investigate Prince Andrew's opaque finances, claim their freedom of information requests are regularly refused, making their work impossible. The calls follow the naming of Yang Tangbo, 50, as the businessman and confidant of Prince Andrew, who was excluded from the UK in 2023 on the grounds that it was conducive to the public good. Yang denies being a Chinese spy, and the Chinese embassy in London has accused some UK parliamentarians of having a twisted mentality towards China and to try to smear China. Also known as Christopher Yang, according to the court document, the businessman was so close to Andrew he was authorized to act on his behalf in an international financial initiative with potential partners and investors in China. As the spotlight falls again on the Duke's finances, Andrew Lowney, whose book entitled The Controversial Lives of the Duke and the Duchess of York is out next year, and I've put in about 100 Freedom of Information requests over the last 4 years. The Guardian's cost of the Crown series attempts to shed light on royal finances, but there is no official mechanism for obtaining information. Let me tell you about their finances. a bloodline that has enslaved and killed hundreds of millions of people. And people go to Buckingham Palace and they cheer. I'm on an island, okay, that was taken over by a royal family, and they still get paid from it. Okay? Colonization. These people have massacred hundreds of millions of people throughout history. You can't even calculate their finances. Okay? If you try to input their finances in a calculator, it would crash. It can't even handle how much money and influence these people have. They were just smart to get out of the public eye, but they still maintained all the power. They had all the money. These people are evil. Prince Andrew walking through Central Park with that guy whose name starts with Ep. You know what I mean. Ep, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's the prince. So worried that he had to go take a walk through Central Park to talk to the Ep, you know what I mean? Archaeologists found a skeleton. This is reported by Yahoo News. Archaeologists found a skeleton wearing an amulet that may change the history of Christianity. By the way, for those of you that are waiting for my response to Wes Huff, I'm going to have to do it when I get back. I couldn't finish it on time, so I apologize. Wes Huff wants to keep attacking Islam and the Quran with honest to God, with bullshit. And I'm going to have an official response. And let's see, the guy that's a Bible scholar, let's see if Bek Lover can go head to head with his far-stretched bullshit. Meanwhile, he wants to knit and pick on verses that he, first of all, are translated, not accurate. Second of all, he puts his twist on it. Third of all, such a far stretch, yet he won't apply the same logic. He won't apply the same logic on his own. Yo, Wes Huff, why'd you open this can of worms, bro? Why'd you have to open this can of worms, bro? Coming for you, bro. Let's see what's going on here with this article about Christianity. Archaeologists discovered a silver amulet containing an 18-line text showing the oldest known devotion to Christianity northern of the Alps. Computer technology helped unravel the mystery of the text hidden within a silver amulet from the 3rd century AD. The find rewrites the history of Christianity's spread in the northern Roman Empire. An 1800-year-old silver amulet discovered buried in Frankfurt, Germany, grave still next to the chin of the man who wore it, has 18 lines of text written in Latin on just 1.37 inches of silver foil that could be enough to rewrite the known history of Christianity in Europe. The amulet and the inscription are the oldest evidence of Christianity found in northern Alps. Every other link to the reliable evidence of the Christian life in the northern Alpine area of the Roman Empire is at least 50 years younger, all coming from the 4th century AD, but the amulet found in the grave dating between 230 and 270 and now known as the Frankfurt inscription was made to better decipher the inscription. This extraordinary find affects many areas of research and will keep science busy for a long time. Frankfurt head of culture and science said in a translated statement, this applies to archaeology as well as to religious studies, philosophy, and anthropology, such as a significant find here in Frankfurt is truly something extraordinary. The amulet was found in what was once the Roman city of Nidda at an archaeological site outside of Frankfurt in 2018. During excavation of the area, crews uncovered an entire Roman cemetery wherein the plot designated as Grave 134, a small silver amulet known as a phylactery, was located right under the chin of the occupant's skeleton. He likely wore it around his neck and was buried with it. Following the find, the Archaeological Museum of Frankfurt restored the silver amulet, which included a thin silver foil with an inscription as seen by a microscopic examination and X-ray in 2019. In May 2024, a breakthrough came when using a state-of-the-art computer tomograph at the Lebin Center for Archaeology in Mainz. The challenge in the analysis was that the silver sheet was rolled, but of course after around 1800 years it was also crumbled and pressed. Ivan Kalandra, laboratory manager for imaging procedures at the center, said in a statement, using the CT we were able to scan it in a very high resolution and create a 3D model. The virtual object was then scanned piece by piece, slowly revealing the words, allowing experts to finally get a look at the inscribed text on the individual fragments from the scan. But then came the puzzle work. Marcus Schultz from the Frankfurt Goethe University was able to piece together the 18 lines. Sometimes it took weeks, even months, until I had the next idea. I called in experts from the history of theology, among others, and we approached the text together bit by bit and ultimately deciphered it. Some edges were lost due to damage, and some words remained open to discussion. The original inscription is entirely in Latin, unusual for a time that featured amulets written in Greek or Hebrew. Silver inscription The most updated translation, holy, 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 in the name of Jesus Christ, the Son of God, the Lord of the world, resist with all attacks, the God grants admission. So basically they've, you can go check this out. Johnson demands Biden administration to do its job on New Jersey drone sightings. People are not buying the answers. No, nobody's not buying the answers. Nobody believes anything. And I'm going to be honest with you. I really don't know what it is. I don't know if they're searching for nukes. I don't know if they're trying to stage some type of invasion. I don't know if they're going to do some type of false flag. I do not know. All I know is they're up to no good. They know the truth, and something's coming. And believe nothing that you see, half of what you see, and none of what you hear. Half of what you see and none of what you hear. We live in a time of mass deception. 1,000,001 theories. Even celebrities now are talking about it. Okay? The New York Post has an article here. Missing radioactive material in New Jersey sparks drone theories. They're looking for something, mayor says. A New Jersey mayor warned Tuesday that troubling drone sightings over the state may be linked to missing radioactive material, although federal officials say the amount poses no threat. Belleville Mayor Michael Mellaham said the drones flying in grid-like pattern over his Essex County township appear to be looking for something. What are they looking for? Maybe the radioactive material. Okay, thousands of drone sightings have been reported. It was a shipment. It arrived at its destination. The container was damaged and was empty. The U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission issued an alert earlier this week regarding a piece of medical equipment used for cancer scans that was lost in transit. December 2nd, while being shipped from the Naja Cancer Center in Newfield, Gloucester County in southern New Jersey, the device, an Eckhart Ziegler model, was to be properly discarded, but its shipping container arrived at a destination damaged and empty. The item, known as a pin source, contains a tiny amount of radioactive chemical germanium, which is used in scanners. My question is, can they use that to create a dirty bomb? Bethany Frankel gives her New Jersey drones theory, claiming the apparent connections to the Pentagon. You're going to think I'm nuts. Let's see what she had to say.
I think I'm nuts, but why should today be any different than any other day? I know this guy whose father worked with the Pentagon and NASA and with secret projects, and he has been messaging me that he will never forgive himself if he doesn't tell the people that he knows that for a month he's been watching this situation, and now, several days ago, before it became a discussion in the mainstream media, that these drones are ours and that they could very possibly be sniffing out something very dangerous, some missing dangerous W from the war, and that areas that coincide with where the drones have been seen have spiked in radiation. So he said it's time to think about where I am and that I might want to go somewhere with my daughter. So like for me, we blow things off and we think nothing's going to happen, but things do happen. I remember sitting in my car with my driver who said to me months before I even knew what the words global pandemic meant, I think there's going to be a global pandemic. I'm like, what are you talking about? I mean, if he had bet the markets, he would have been a billionaire. So I'm just listening to this guy and watching, and now Trump.
So you're listening to the voice of Bethany Frankel. She's on the Real Housewives. She's a reality star, right? For her to talk about this publicly should show you the general level of concern. Celebrities are some of the last people to talk about things like this because it can make them look crazy. I highly recommend, if you live in New York and New Jersey, Pennsylvania, you should buy one of those radiation detectors and monitor for yourself. Something weird is going on. Something is not normal. You can all sit here and say aliens, this, that, Project, Blue, whatever you want to say. The truth of the matter is none of us will know until it happens. Something's coming. Something massive is about to happen. The only thing we can all agree on is they know exactly why those drones are up there and what their purpose is. We don't. We're going to find out the hard way. Be vigilant, be prepared. I would recommend, if you can get out of the New York City area for the next couple of weeks until there's a transition of power, I would get the fuck out of the U.S. I would get out of the northeastern seaboard if possible. And anyway, if let's say something crazy does happen, you probably won't want to be in this world anyway. The aftermath of a weapon of mass, you know what. So, I don't know. Damn, it's getting really hot on this balcony. Russia arrests suspect in the Moscow bombing that killed chemical weapons chief. This was a big story yesterday. Russia has detained a suspect in the assassination of General Igor Krylov. The suspect is a 29-year-old Uzbek national whose name has not been released. On their instructions, he arrived in Moscow and was given a homemade explosive device. He placed it on an electric scooter, which he parked at the entrance to the apartment building where Igor lived. According to the Russian authorities, the suspect had been offered a cash reward of $100,000 and a trip to Europe. Sounds like spy work. Sounds like they got him. Sounds like the James Bonds of the West got that guy. After investigating January 6th, House GOP sides with Trump and goes after Liz Cheney. I hope they get her. She's a piece of garbage like her father, a war criminal. Should be charged with crimes against humanity for creating wars on false pretenses that didn't exist. Millions of people lost their lives because of his father. I hope she goes down, bro. Netanyahu says Israel will occupy Syria buffer zone for foreseeable future. It was all about the spy, the hostages. It was all about the hostages. Blowing up buildings, women and children indiscriminately as much as they can, hospitals, schools. It was, they were going to get they care about the hostages. They don't care about land in another country, and it's not a land grab. They're looking for the hostages in Syria. The hostages are in Syria. In any event, we're a couple days here before those of you that celebrate Christmas are going to celebrate your holiday. I am in a very beautiful place. I am getting ready to go to the beach because it is boiling hot right now here. Like, it really is. I mean, it's not boiling hot. It's just my angle where the sun is right now, and there's no fan here. I just want to say, if things didn't go your way in 2024, I don't want you to fall into despair. I don't want you to be sad. I want you to understand I had many years of very difficult times with health, family problems, money problems. I've been there. And I'm here to tell you that that's not your permanent state. Life is like the seasons, like these clouds. One day is cloudy, one day is not. One day it's raining, one day it's snowing, one day it's hurricane, one day can be a tsunami. Okay, but you're going to get through whatever it is, I promise you. You're not going to get through it if you give up internally. You have a right to be sad, you have a right to cry, you have a right to be depressed. But if you're not doing anything to make your life better, then that part's on your fault. I am sitting here to tell you, the minute you start taking positive action in your life, positive things will begin to happen. The minute you start to change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. The minute you start to put positive energy back into your life, no matter how sad you are, it can be the smallest thing. For me, it was to start losing weight. For me, it was to start making more money. Slowly, it doesn't happen overnight. You're expecting a miracle and you're doing nothing about it. This is your 2025 wake-up call. Stop waiting for the new year. Stop waiting for Monday. Stop waiting for the next week. Stop waiting for your birthday. Whatever it is you need to do, you don't need a guy like me to tell you. You know what you need to do. Get off your ass. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop staying in that hopeless condition. Get the fuck up and start doing something with your life. The reason you're depressed is you have no meaning in your life. You're not doing anything that's productive. You're not doing anything that makes anybody's lives better, not even your own. Get the fuck up. 2025 is around the corner. Quit smoking, quit drinking, quit doing drugs. Stop fucking around. Find an intention for your life. Go out there and chase what it is. And I don't care how old you are. Oh, it's over for me. It's never over until it's over. You know when it's over? When you take your last breath. This is your boy Bek Lover. I'm going to keep doing these mobile posts until I come back to the studio. Take care of yourselves. God bless you. Thank you for supporting my work. I'm going to go and swim in that water now, and I'm going to be grateful because of all of you. This is your boy Bek Lover. And if you want to buy me an iced coffee, you can send a super chat. Much appreciated. I am still self-sustained, and I really appreciate it. I will be dropping that West Huff episode when I get back to New York City. I love you. We live in an interesting world. Interesting indeed.